Acha, so we're going to have a lot of fun today. Okay, so I've planned, like, what we're going to do is we're going to play 2 truths, 1 lie. Okay.
Done.
So if you've been watching MMP, you would know that we do this segment with a lot of our celebrities, and in which I'm going to give 3 statements, and 2 of them are true and 1 is lie, and Natasha has to pick out which one is the lie, and Natasha's going to do the same. And then we're going to talk a little bit about her beauty school, like some trends, like we'll talk about her life postpartum, about what marriage has been like after having a child, like, you know, so it's going to be a lot more motherly, like that's the new role that and phase of life that she's in. So are you ready, Natasha?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pick up my phone because all my
Stuff
lies are in here.
Okay.
Okay, so let's begin. I have climbed an active volcano on the back of a mule.
Okay.
I don't like Mehndi.
Okay.
I have never missed a flight.
You have never missed a flight.
Is a lie.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I have missed a flight.
You're
right.
have missed a flight, yes.
Yeah,
Can't be. I think everybody's missed a flight.
You know
I've
what?
even missed a few flights.
I'm so particular about flights, but I was flying from Vegas to New York and I wanted Burger King.
And you missed your flight.
I missed my flight.
But I hate those connections, by the way. A lot of times you're going, especially in the States, they literally shut. Like, there's no chance. Like, we used to being like in Pakistan, being like just 5 more minutes. They will shut doors and that's it. The plane's gone. It's happened,
they took off. They took off before time because everybody had checked in.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
So they didn't wait. So they didn't make an announcement.
Yeah.
And
They're just mean. Actually, a lot of times when you're traveling internally, I feel they're kind of mean.
They're very
They're
very mean. This is like freaking like you're like cattle, na?
Yeah,
Like,
and you're like, next. And one time we missed it, and then we had to be at the airport, and the airport even shut down. So I'm forgetting exactly which state we were in, but the airport, like even the vending machines had closed since morning, so we had to wait for 6 hours before our next flight. So it was awful.
Okay,
yeah.
so yeah, good. Let's see if I can get yours.
Okay. So let me go for mine. Okay. So I love rom-coms. My husband has twin brothers, and I'm a great tarot card reader.
Husband, twin brothers.
No, he has twins. Yeah.
Dude, I was terrible at it. You still better. You got 1. Which one is a lie?
I hate rom-coms. So
Really?
I hate them. I hate anything sweet, romantic. I only like drama, horror, a lot of science fiction.
I love science fiction. I also like there are days where I would just want to curl up.
Horror, though, I remember कि मैं बहुत देखा करती. अब नहीं देखा जाता. Now I'm like, there's so much horror that you see in life in general.
In life, bhai, ab to
life
is a horror.
Yeah. So I don't watch that, but I don't like rom-coms at all. So my husband loves like lighter movies and TV. And I'm like, please watch that, like cartoon, like animation movies and stuff. No. Only drama, science fiction. Yeah, I like action. I like a lot of documentaries.
Acha, moving on. How has life been postpartum? I know that it's one of those things that people here don't generally tend to talk about. And postpartum for a lot of women can be very, very dark, very heavy, and not pleasant.
Yeah, so for me, I feel the takeaway from it is that you hear a lot of things about motherhood. Oh my God, I know you'll see these photo shoots, so you see so many, stories and stuff that talk about the joy of being a mother, which is there. But I think we don't talk enough about the struggles of being a mother, which is very much there as well. So as much as you love this child and want this child, there are nights when you'll be crying or you'll be completely frustrated. Your life completely changes. You will never be that person again. So for me, I was also someone who suffered from very intense postpartum. I had very intense postpartum depression for almost, I would say, a year. So the first 3-4 months were crippling. And I spoke about it on my platform. I wanted to speak about it. I posted my body a certain way, being like, this is what I look like. I have not lost weight after giving birth to my baby, and it's okay. And I spoke about my hair falling. There's a lot of physical changes, emotional changes we go through. And I wanted to be not apologetic about it. Like, I think a lot of people are apologetic. Like, you want to put up nice pictures because you're like, wait, she still has not lost weight, but you're like, my body has just created life, I have hormones ranging, my child is running. And the other thing is, during pregnancy, you're still actually okay because you're running around, your life is still the same. The minute you have the baby, your life changes forever.
Yeah, because I feel like, and I do agree with you, because I think I'm not married and I don't have a child, but I feel like with my friends even, when they were married, people like, badas aapko कहते हैं कि जब शादी होगी तो जिंदगी बदल जाती है, your life changes. So जब हमारे इसमें our friends started getting married, we saw a bit of a change, but not really. But the real change came overnight when the baby happened. that is when the change
happens.
came. Next thing I want to ask you is, and like I think that you're possibly the best person to ask this question. What are some of the most common misconceptions people have about beauty influencers? Because there are a lot, and I think, like I said, that I think in my opinion, and which is a very humble, non-existent opinion, you are possibly the only influencer in Pakistan. Like if I have to rate you out and I have to put you on an international platform, I will put you next to Huda. You are that for Pakistan, right? Like if somebody, I see a trajectory going someplace, you are that person for us. So what are for you some of the major misconceptions?
Well, I think a lot of the major misconceptions are, I think, kind of helped to develop by the influencers themselves. So I feel what I would like, more than saying major misconceptions, I feel there should be more transparency, which has started to happen now. People realize that authentic content gets you more likes, people resonate with it a lot more. So I feel I also slowly, as much as that's another thing that I've started to do on my platform, you'll see me dressed up and everything, but you'll also see me equally not dressed up and in a certain way, speaking about reality as well. We have a lot more coming up also that we want to kind of mold around that topic. Because, I feel, especially about beauty influencers, I think there's a responsibility as well. So there's a responsibility to be authentic and transparent, that it is an illusion that we are showing you and you love it, but it's like watching a great movie, but movies are not real, and so is social media is not real. So I think even Huda, on the subject of Huda, she started to do a lot of that now. So she went through a whole time when it was all about very artificial beauty, I feel, but even she's coming around to it. A lot of influencers are coming around to it. So I think that is something I feel should happen. Misconceptions can be that people can be just very harsh and they can be kind of cruel, because they think, oh, she, what is she doing? Do you wear makeup all the time? Or, what? Like, some people will come and be like, do you do makeup all the time, every day? I'm like, obviously not, but it is a makeup page. So what are you doing on the page if you don't want to see the content? So I think people in generally on social media can be harsh, but I feel also, I tell this to everybody who wants to be on social media, that's part and parcel. And you have to learn to kind of roll with the punches and get thicker skin and actually develop, and it's very important for all of us to develop a more healthy kind of self-esteem, that you can not care what someone is saying. So I always say this, I don't really care for compliments and I don't really care for critique very much either. Both of them don't influence me very much. So if someone says something nice, I'm like, their perception. And if someone says something bad, it's their perception. So it has nothing to do with me, actually. Either thing has to do with the person and what they're going through or not going through.
Agreed. And I think that's when we were talking about earlier also, even on the phone, कि internal जो आपका एक, your internal beauty versus external beauty, and like I think like a lot of your experience is like that how you perceive me has nothing to do with me, actually. It's everything to do with you. So if you don't like me and you find me irritating, that's more of your problem than my problem, because my life is going to keep on going. But आप घर में बैठ के कोड़ रहे होगे, like रोना रो रहे होगे कि oh my god,
and who has the time? I feel like
नहीं है, लोगों पास बहुत टाइम है, बहुत लोगों पास बहुत टाइम है. Problem अगर ये टाइम अगर ना होता और जिनके पास टाइम नहीं भी है ना, वो बना लेते हैं टाइम.
That's true, actually. But I feel like, but that's, it's sad, because I always, when people say, what do you wish upon someone who's being mean to you? I'm like, I wish themselves upon them, because they are already so miserable. Who would be more miserable? I mean, what's more miserable than having that as an aim of your life, right? So I think good luck with being with themselves.
Acha, before we wrap up, because it's been a really fun conversation, tell me about your beauty school, because I'm very excited to.
So that's the next step. What happened during Corona was, and with my baby, that I knew I had to change the format of my, business. So we went more online, because that's the future. I know everything is going to be all about being online and slowly. So we started a YouTube channel also. I started being more active on videos, etc. on my Instagram. More of me, than you've ever seen before, I think. And I always said I would never do it. But I realized that Corona pushed us all in uncomfortable zones. And then the beauty platform came across. So I have seen it abroad, but I haven't seen anyone do a really great beauty platform in Pakistan. So it's Beyond Beauty Natasha School. So we already did classes on ground, but what happened when I did them online, I realized that the people wanting to do the courses were everywhere. So there's someone in Hong Kong, there's someone in Australia, and I realized there's a whole lot of people that I was completely excluding by just doing them in Pakistan, or even if we did them in different cities, it wasn't enough. So this is going to be an ongoing platform where I will put all kinds of videos, from skin to makeup to hair to like face fitness, face yoga. We're going to be doing an intense amount of videos, and you can actually subscribe to it and become like a subscription thing as well for a year, or you can like yearly do a subscription, or you can even buy the videos separately.